Hello student, welcome back to this class. So last time we had a discussion on how the binary reader and binary writer we can use it for reading and writing either a text file also as well as for a binary file, that is an image or a mp3 that I have shown you last. So this video is about uh, we'll be talking specifically here about some of the classes like stream reader, all right? And stream reader is another it's a class which is used for reading or writing in terms of string, right? So text information and all. Similarly, we'll be talking about something called a stream writer, which helps us to write in terms of text. So to do this program, you need to know something else also. I have used some dialog boxes over here. So you see, this is a form, all right? To create this form, you just have to go to your Visual Basic Studio and create a Windows form application. Now you will need this is not a normal text box. This is what is we call it rich text box, all right? So to see this rich text box, what you have to do is that you go to your toolbox, okay? So like in my case, just be showing you. Just hold on. Okay, so there. Yeah. So this is the if you go to your you can go to your command controls or all Windows form controls, and you'll find something called a rich text box. So you'll drag and drop this rich text box, all right? And the name of this one is, as you can see, that I will give it the name, right? So the name is rich text box 1, all right? Then we have got two buttons. Sorry, I don't want that rich text box over here. So we have got two buttons, all right? One is this one and another is this one. So now this one is simple button, and this one is another button. With this button will help us to open an existing file, and this will help us to save an existing file. Now here is the interesting part. We have used two dialog boxes here, and these are called your save dialog box and the open dialog box. To get this dialog box, what you have to do is that you have to go to this dialogs, all right? Then this is the open file dialog. You drag and drop it over here, okay? Similarly, you take this file save file dialog and you drop it over there. So you will never see them because these are controls which are not visible in your Windows form. They will be over here, all right? So the default name I have kept it, that is the open file dialog and the save file dialog. Now, before I start explaining the program, let me show you what does it mean. See, if I run this program, right? So when I run this program, let me show you it's compiling. So just wait for a minute. Okay, yeah, all right. So when I click on this open file, can you see this dialog box that is open? So this is the open file dialog. Okay, now this open file dialog, so this will help us to open a file. Okay, so this came up because I did not write any specific like code to create a form for this. All right, so this is already there because of the dialog box. Now this dialog box, when I click on this open, all right, so this has got some dialog options like do you want to open or you want to cancel. See, if I cancel, it goes back. Similarly, when I click on this save, can you see this? This is called save as dialog box. So you are very familiar with this if you're working with Windows and in any application, you know about this dialog boxes. But Visual Basic, what it does is that simply click and drag and this dialog box will appear. But to make it appear, you have to write certain code. So let me show you. First of all, we'll try to open the file. So if I click on this one, see, we have a file reader. So if you know what is the file reader, the job of the file reader is to read a file, okay, from a particular stream. So right now this file reader will read from the stream. This file reader is actually a stream reader, means it will help us to read from this stream. Okay, now this stream we have to connect it. Okay, so now these results are dialog results. So now what is a dialog result? Now remember that when I make have see when a dialog box opens up, like if I click on this one and I click on this open or save, if you know all these things, sorry, if I click on this let's say save, I'm sorry, making a mistake over here, save as, right? So when this one, so when I open this is another kind of dialog box, right? So when you click on this save and cancel, so this is what is called the dialog result, okay, whether you're clicking on save or not. So I need a variable which will represent this dialog result. So when I open the file to open the file dialog box, what you do is that you say dot show dialog and it will open up the dialog box. Okay, so the moment it will open the dialog box, whether you click open or cancel, that result will be stored in this result. If that result is okay, that means you try to open the file. All right, then what we are doing is that we are saying that file reader, okay, which is nothing but a stream reader, we are connecting it to that open file dialog one.file name, means the file that you will open, it will, this file reader will get connected to that file for reading from that string. So it will start reading, and then what means it is ready for reading purpose. Now where it will read from that file. Okay, it will read, see, file reader dot read to end, means it will read everything that is there in the file and simply put it in this rich text box. So whatever is there in the file, it will come in the rich text box, and then finally we close the reader. Same way you can save the text that is there in the text box in the rich text box. How do you do it? Again, we need a file writer. File writer is nothing but it's a stream writer. So this stream writer is a class, so it will help us to write something. So again, we have a result because we have to check whether you clicked on OK or cancel. So you'll open this time, okay, that save dialog box. Right now, and whether you have clicked on save or cancel, that result will be stored. If you have clicked on the save dialog, then dialog result dot OK, right? That means you have clicked on the save. So the moment you click on the save, that means this file writer, I'm connecting it to that file name that you have mentioned in the save as dialog box. Okay, and then we are going to write everything that is there in the text box to that file. Through the file writer, we are going to write it in the file, and finally you are going to close it, and that's it. In this program, this much only. So what we have learned in this program is that with the help of file reader and file writer, we can read from a particular file, or we can read from a, or we can write to a particular file in terms of text. So let's see how it works. Now if I click, let's run this program. Okay, so now this is what it has opened. So by default, actually the path has been mentioned with that one only. So what I'll do is that I will say open file. Okay, so let's say I open this one liner dot text. Okay, so this is a text file, so I give open. So can you see this, it has opened whatever there in the file. Now I want to save it, just click on save. Again, let's say I will just say test file. All right, so test, and I say save. Right now what it did is that if I go to my E drive, as you can see from here, if I go to my E drive, you can see this test. Now of course I did not mention .txt, so that's why it became a normal file without any extension. All right, so what we have done just now is that with the help of this file stream reader and stream writer, we are able to write whatever text is there in this text box, rich text box, to a file, and as well as we read from the file, and we can see if I run it again. Now I would like to read from that file, right? So I will say open. Okay, now what I'll do, test, and I can see it reads everything that is there in that file that we have copied. So this is how it works with the file reader and file stream reader and stream writer. Thank you.